Hello, and welcome back to my channel. So, today I'm going to be talking about proposal writing, specifically project proposal writing. I'm going to give you my top 3 tips on how to successfully respond to a request for a proposal. So, if you're interested, stay tuned. Welcome once again. So for those of you who have already subscribed to my channel, thank you for following me. I just want you to know that, like I said before, there's going to be kind of a shift on the channel, more so about my career and my professional life journey. So I just want to apologize in advance for the adjustment. I will, however, still be doing reviews on different items, but I just want you to know that it may be more centered around my career, which is based in IT. So, with that being said, today I'm going to be giving something special to my software developers or development companies, or people who work with companies that bid for tender notices about requesting a proposal, right? So first of all, before we get started, I just want to tell you what a proposal is, just for those of you who may not know. So a proposal basically is a document that outlines how your business or your solution will provide value to the customer, right? Essentially, what you're doing is saying how your solution will solve a business need. That's the basic explanation of what a proposal is. So there are many types of tender documents that companies, specifically government organization, issue. But today we're going to be talking about the request for a proposal. Now, what is a request for proposal? A request for proposal is a formal document that basically formally requests proposals from bidders or possible suppliers, right? So there are requests for proposal for many different things, but today I'm going to specifically be talking about requests for proposal for software or for a solution. So in this instance, or any instance, it's going to be in relation to a technology-based product. So I'm going to be giving you my top 3 tips on how to successfully respond to the request for a proposal. And I will begin with my tip number 1. The first and the most important thing is to read the document in its entirety. After you have already obviously secured the request for proposal document, most organizations will post this information on their website, or they will post it in the newspaper, or they will post it in a public space for people or organizations to be able to see. Once you've already seen it, viewed it in whatever format you have, you read the document. First of all, identify if it is a request for proposal, because the type of document it is, or the type of tender document it is, solicits or requires a different response. So, for example, expression of interest document or request is different from a request for proposal. What they are doing for the expression of interest is basically seeing what you have to offer and basically narrowing down their choices based on those people who respond. Then there might be just a request for quotation. They are just asking you for the cost based on the solution that they are looking for. And usually that document is not as explicit or as in detail as the information that will be in the request for proposal. So they will give you a general overview of what it is that they're looking for, and then ask for your pricing in relation to that. The other one is a request for information. It's similar to the request for quotation, but they may be just seeing how your solution can meet their needs. They're waiting or wanting for you to talk about your products and how your product works and how it could meet their needs. But it's not as detailed or granular as the request for proposal. And that is what I'm going to be giving you my tips on once again. So the first thing, again, like I said, is to identify the type of document it is, but by reading it in its entirety. Once you read the document, see what it is that they're asking for, you realize that they are asking for a request for proposal. There are very key elements in that document that you should be looking for. The first thing to look for is the background information. In most requests for proposals, they give you either introduction or background information on their organization. They talk about what their organization does, it talks about what their current state is, and it talks about the most important thing, their pain points. They talk about what it is that they need and why they are actually looking for proposals in the first place. That is a key area to look forward to. The second thing to pay great attention to is the scope or the whole overall need for the project. And you will find that in various places in the document, but they will specifically outline that somewhere in the project scope, outlining what it is that they're seeking from the vendor. You can also find that in the evaluation criteria, which is very pivotal, another area that you really should read and look for in that request for a proposal. The evaluation criteria outlines how they will be selecting their vendors, or how they will be basically sourcing you as the potential supply for their needs. So pay attention to the evaluation criteria. Inside of the evaluation criteria will also be the way they will be scoring you, or the way they will be scoring the proposal. So inside of that, they'll speak to the type of human resources should be on your team. They will speak to the type of experience that you should have. They will speak to a number of items that will be relevant in how they will select you to move along in the next step, which will most likely be in the demo presentation. Also, look at the project timelines. See what it is, or the timeline that is associated with the project, and how you will be able to submit your bids in time. All of that makes a difference. Also, look at where they're asking you to submit your bid. Are they asking you to submit it, or proposal? Are they asking you to submit it physically, like a printout to a specific location, or do you have the opportunity to present it online, or email it, or through a supplier's platform? All of those will basically help to alleviate some of the burden from you when you actually read the rules and read the request in its entirety. Also, very important to look out for is their methodology. So you would know how to respond in your proposal based on the type of project management framework or methodology that is, engaged in their workplace environment. So, for example, they may be, going under the regular waterfall framework, right? That will help to guide to you when you're responsive in your proposal to say what type of project management methodology you will be implementing when you are managing this particular project. They may be using, in most cases, as most organizations do now, the Agile or Scrum methodology, and you also will be able to speak to that in your proposal. So, tip number one, that was a lot. Read the document in its entirety, because there are very key elements that exist in that document that will it will actually determine whether or not you will be selected to move on to the next step. Moving on to tip number 2. We have already spoke about identifying their business pain points. You would most likely see that either in the introduction or the overview of the company and their project scope. But once you have identified it, speak to that. Speak to how your solution will solve their business pain points. In most organizations, you would find, or persons who are responding to a request for proposal, from my limited experience, I'm not purporting to be an expert, but I can tell you what I see and which companies that I see usually respond well and are successful in securing either the demo presentation or the next round or even the actual contract. Most of them have the same format and they speak to the company's business pain points, right? And how they do that, or where that is usually found, is in their executive summary or in the executive summary of their proposal. And in the executive summary, they basically they restate what it is that was indicated in the request for proposal by saying the same things that the organization spoke about. So, for example, you see a request for proposal for, let's say, a company that wishes to have an e-commerce website, and they speak about how that currently their organization service 100,000 customers, and their platform that they're using now, the website they're using now, is only for informational purposes, and it was not able to facilitate or now meet the demands of their customers who would like to have their services online due to COVID-19. Let's use this for an example. And they say that currently their systems are not integrated, and they need a full-scale e-commerce website that will connect to their financial management systems, right? What you do as the person or the company that is sending your proposal in your executive summary is speak to that. Say, as X, Y, and Z company, we do realize that you are currently operating a large scale business, and you are using, an informational website, and you now require e-commerce platform, and our solution, whatever, will be able to meet this needs by, and then you list out the benefits. You say how your platform or how your solution will meet their business needs, and also offer additional benefits outside of what was already indicated inside of the request for proposal. That not only shows the persons who are evaluating your proposal that you paid attention to what they asked for, it also shows them that you are genuinely invested in solving their problem. So speak to their business needs. Once you have identified it, do not just respond based on the fact that you have a solution. Show how your solution will be a benefit to them. And last but not least, tip number 3, have a template, okay? Now, I do realize that your service or your products may vary based on the industry, but if your solution is catered to a particular type of organization, for example, a fintech company, or if it's let's say accounts management system, or if it's a document management system, or if it's an enterprise management system, you know that there are certain organizations or certain industries that your solution will cater to. Therefore, chances are their needs may vary just a little, right? For the most part, they will require the same types of features and functionalities from the system. When you have your proposal, have something crafted that will outline the key elements that would be needed in the proposal, so that when it's time for you to respond, you would already have a framework that you will be guided by, and you are able to adjust according to the organization or customize according to the organization. Now, based on what I'm seeing, you may not be the writer on your team. You may be the coder, the programmer. You may be the sales person. You may be the project manager. You may not be the writer. So if you have a full functioning organization, a consultancy business, I would suggest that you put somebody or hire or source that service so that you will be able to successfully secure a bid or secure a contract. We are all in the business of making money. However, if you cannot relay how your solution can solve a problem in writing, then chances are you will not secure a contract when it's required of you to propose in writing how your solution will meet that organization's or company's need. So I would highly suggest, if you do not have somebody on your team, hire a technical writer, somebody who have proven their worth, or not their worth, I don't want to say it like that, but have proven that their track record of being able to write successful proposal. If they do it for you one time, that's great. I would also try to encourage you to, like I said, get a template and to get familiarized on how to do that. Now, but if you say, you know what, this ain't for me, I'm not interested, outsource that service. And that's part of the reason why, besides the fact that I am actively engaged in the whole procurement process with my job and as a IT business analyst slash project manager slash everything. But yeah, because I'm actively involved in these projects, there are key elements, like I said, I realize that, a lot of companies do not know that exist in successful proposal writing that I would like to offer for you to engage a technical writer. I am now also offering that service. However, I am thinking about offering an online course on how to successfully respond, and also the elements that are engaged in that proposal. Okay, so that is my top 3 tips. I'm sorry it's lengthy. I'm sorry if it's not as fun as I usually am in my videos, but I think this is very vital information that I would like to share with you all. I've also included a template inside of my blog on my website. The link will be in the description, and I've also once again included examples of requests for proposals and also topics that relate to those elements that will be in a proposal. So like I said, thank you once again for watching. If you're interested in the online course, let me know before I actually launch it, and I will be sure to have that for you. So thank you guys once again for watching. Subscribe, like, thumbs up, leave your comments below, whether it's constructive criticism or whatever. Just let me know. Okay, thank you guys. Have a good day, night, or whatever, wherever you are. See you later.